I want to share a different point of view about impeccability. When people talk about impeccability, I don't often see this interpretation of it. I'm not saying my interpretation is right or wrong or better or worse. It's just my point of view. Impeccability means without sin. And for clarification of what sin means, we have to get away from a religious connotation and go for a dictionary connotation, which means without fault or blame, which is to say without judgment and without rejection. If we consider the taking things personally example, we see that when we take things personally, we reject an image of ourselves under the assumption that that's us. We judge it, we find fault with that image, and because we assume it's us, we find fault with ourselves. That expression of fault is not impeccable. We could say it is a sin to reject ourselves. And what we know about sin is in that self-rejection, there is emotional pain. We could say emotional suffering. And emotional suffering is hell. It's painful self-abuse. Then when we use our word against ourselves by putting ourselves down, we are committing a sin. And the consequence of committing a sin, which is to say reject and blame and find fault, is an emotional experience of pain and suffering. That emotional experience, this emotional burning, is hell. Then we could say that if we sin, we go to hell, emotional hell. And we don't go there after our body's dead. No. We go to that emotional hell the moment of that rejection. The moment that we reject ourselves, find fault with ourselves, and agree with it, emotionally we pay a price of committing that sin. And that price is to end up in emotional hell. Then when we use our word in a way that's not impeccable, we end up in hell immediately. This is the same principle as karma, cause and effect. We commit the cause, we experience the effect of our word. We can see from this definition, there's no need to fear going to hell after your body dies, because that hell experience, that emotional hell, happens while your body's alive. Then if you want to avoid hell in your life and the sufferings of hell, practice being impeccable with your word, and you can create heaven in your life.